Namaste. With the coronavirus infection spreading a lot in our country, we now are in phase 2 epidemiologically of an epidemic of this pandemic that is there in the world. So, as instructed by our health minister, it's very important to try and break the cycle. So, I want to suggest 3 things for our own personal edification. The first is, what are the symptoms? It's usually a dry sensation in the throat, sore throat, associated with a dry cough. Usually a running nose is not part of the symptomatology of the coronavirus infection. So along with the dryness in the throat and the dry cough, you can feel feverish and have a body ache. So if you have these 3 symptoms, it's very important to try and see a doctor and make sure that you are quarantined. If you want to be doubly sure that your lungs are not affected, one small suggestion I have is to close one's nostril and take a deep breath and see if you can hold it for 10 seconds. Count 10 mentally. And during that time, if you feel comfortable and if you don't cough, it's very unlikely that the virus has entered your lungs. The second important part is social distancing. What is social distancing? We are, as a community, as people, we love being with each other. And so it's common for us to shake hands. It's common for us to touch each other. We have to forcefully get ourselves not to do that. So how do you do it then? Stay at least 1 meter apart. The recommendation is actually 3 meters apart. So even when you speak, it's best not to be very close to each other. Avoid shaking hands. Avoid hugs. And that's where the Indian Namaste becomes a good way to welcome each other, to greet each other. So social distancing is very important. The third thing, which is very important, is to protect our elderly from the infection. So it's usually the elderly and those whose immunity is low because they have other infections, other problems, other like diabetes, hypertension, comorbidities. They are the ones who tend to succumb to the infection. So therefore, it's important to keep the elderly safe. If all of you are living in the same house, let them be in a room and you need to quarantine yourself. Try your best to stay away so that the older people do not get infected. This is a message from the Believers Health Village, and I hope and pray that we'll be able to break this cycle. Remember the symptoms, remember social distancing, and remember to take care of the elderly and those who have comorbidities. May God bless you.